I'm here with our senior, now to be our senior athlete, Rep. Michaela Varga. Michaela has been not only an outstanding representative for Illinois swimming athletes, but also for United States Swimming. And as a fellow, a Safe Sport fellow, can you tell our viewing audience a little bit about what it's meant to you to be involved in safe sport here?
Sure. So, like Tony said, this past year I was a USA Swimming Safe Sport Fellow, which was a really cool thing that I applied for it was October of 2016 through the USA Swimming website, and me and 3 other athletes from around the country were selected. So it was a huge honor to be selected in the first place. But basically, we got to be representatives of safe sport in our area. So we got to come up with a project, go on different leadership institutes that let us go to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, which was really, really cool. So not only did we get all these cool things, it just meant a lot to meet all these other people from around the country and learn about something that I think is really important, because a lot of people, when they hear about safe sport, they think of something really scary and like the bad side of it, but really safe sport is there to promote a positive team culture. And who doesn't want to be happy at swim practice and swim meets? And I think that Safe Sport has done a really great job with just progressing that program within the last few years, and I was very lucky to be a part of it.
So tell us a little bit about your program that you do.
Sure. Yeah, so I believe, when was it? It was probably last October. I did my project. I called it Safe Sport Palooza. It's a cheesy name, but I hosted an event at my home pool, which is Lincoln Way Central High School. And we did half of the event was training seminars run by myself and the director of Safe Sport at the time. And the other half was we rented the a Whibbit equipment, which is it's like the swim jitsu, like the obstacle courses on the water, which was super cool. All the kids really loved that. And it was just really cool to just be able to connect safe sport with something fun, because safe sport can be fun if you want it to. And that was the idea, to let people in my area and my LSC know that safe sport can be fun. And we promoted that through the night.
What can we do better?
I think that a lot of safe sport issues are it's just a big miscommunication, because like I said before, people just don't really believe in the program. They think that it's, or either that, or they think that it's just all about like preventing sexual abuse and just getting rid of all these scary people, but it's not, because their perspective is that in order to get rid of all the bad people, is just to promote a healthy environment and just let everyone have fun through swimming and meet new people, between athletes, coaches, and parents, just create a good environment. And I think that when people know that safe sport is more about that, they'll be a lot more accepting of it.
Well, you're going into your second year as an Illinois swimming athlete rep, and you won't be attending the convention because you're going off to college, correct?
Right.
And where are you going for our viewing members?
I'm going to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
You've done a
you.
wonderful job making an impact not only locally but nationally. So we're very proud to have you as one of our Illinois swimming athlete reps.
Thank
so
you.
best
Thank you
of luck
very
the
much.
remainder of the meet.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Pleasant Prairie Recplex, Mundaline Mustangs, and Highland Park Aquatics welcome to the Day 2 Championships in the 2018 Senior Summer Long Course events. Tonight, it's the 100 breaststroke, the 200 freestyle, the 100 butterfly, the 400 IM, and then the 400 relay. At this time, we ask you to rise and turn to the American flag against the east wall as we play our national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome once again to the 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. This is day 2 of those championships here at the Village of Pleasant Prairie Recplex here in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. I am your host, Jason Pfeiffer, and I'm joined by Tony Young once again. How are you, Tony?
Doing great. We had some great competition earlier in the day. The athletes have qualified for our finals this evening, and we're getting ready to jump off to a quick start.
Yes, they are. Quick start indeed as we get set for the women's 100-meter breaststroke. This is the C final, C heat of that final. They go in reverse order of slowest times to fastest times. So we'll have heat 1, C final, heat 2, B final, and heat 3 in our A final. So in day 2 of this 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships, we have the 100-meter breaststroke, the 200-meter freestyle. We will have an awards break after that. We will have the 100-meter butterfly. We will continue with the 400-meter individual medley after that. We'll then have another awards break, and we will finish up this exciting evening with the 800-meter freestyle relay. And once again, we are just about set for these finals. A great day of preliminary action, but we're just getting ready to get set and hand out some awards, and I cannot be excited. As we can see some of the swimmers warming up here. Again, we are getting ready and getting set for that 100 women's meter breaststroke.
So as you mentioned earlier, the C final, B final, A final, so top 30. That's we're running 10 lanes here at the Recplex. Top 30 will make finals. And again, you mentioned they were qualified by time.
Right.
So an athlete that swum in the A final, or swimming in the A final, is the only athletes that are eligible to receive medals. Even if a time would be faster in the B final, you have to qualify in prelims to be in that top 10.
Exactly.
As we go through the night, we will see award breaks. And award breaks will follow after the 100 breaststroke. Excuse me, our first award break is going to be the 800 freestyle from last night. And that is the only scores we currently have, because everything was swum in the preliminary rounds. That's the only scores we have currently. Leading our competition right now is Academy Bullets at 144. Wheaton Swim Club is second at 45. Fox Valley Swim Team with 39. Swift Aquatics at 31. And rounding out the top 5, YMCA Flying Fish with 22. So that's your top 5 combined scores from the 800 freestyles last night.
And it looks like Academy Bullets did a great job, didn't they? They're off to a pretty nice lead so far as we get set for what should be an exciting final, the C final again for this meter breaststroke. In lane 1, we'll have Annie Leinart. In lane 2, we'll have, Annie Leinart from West Swim Club. My apologies. In lane 2, we have Colleen O'Connor from Delta Aquatics. In lane 3, we have Rachel Ponte from St. Charles Swim Team. In lane 4, we'll have Emily Smith from Dunlap Dolphin Swim Team. In lane 5, we'll have Drew Petterit from Patriot Aquatic Club. In lane 6, we'll have Alexa Zadorsky from Reach Aquatics Swim Club. In lane 7, we'll have Rebecca Balo from Reach Aquatics. In lane 8, we'll have Mia Savicevic from West Swim Club. In lane 9 is Sabrina Fernit from Fox Valley Swim Team. And in lane 10 is Carissa Sepon. And once again, as I inform our viewers, if you're looking at the top of the screen, you'll see the swimmers in lane 10 at the top, and it'll go in order, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the bottom of your screen. But if you look at your scores, they'll be from 1 to 10. As we just got off of our first split, and it looks like in lane 5, Drew Petterit has an early lead in this final.
So athletes in this heat are shooting to try to make the Speedo sectional time standard. 1:17.49 is the goal for many of the athletes in this heat. Speedo sectional championships will be run next weekend.
Okay.
And that time of 1:17.30 looks like Mia got it.
Yep, Mia Savicevic in lane 8 is your winner there. And as we continue on right into the heat 2 in the B final, we'll have in lane 1, Aleda Wilkins from Fox Valley Park. In lane 2, we'll have Kelly Willite from Maverick Swim Club. In lane 3, we'll have Kayla Jones from St. Charles Swim Team. In lane 4, we'll have Allison Penrod from Academy Bullets. In lane 5, we'll have Rachel Wander from Highland Park Aquatics. In lane 6, we have Tiffany Matulis from Academy Bullets. In lane 7, we have Olivia Lantry from NASA Wildcat Aquatics. In lane 8, we have Alyssa Brault from St. Charles. In lane 9, we have Veronica Peichnick from Swift Aquatics. And in lane 10, we have Kate Munier. And they're into the pool already. Again, this will be some quick heats here.
Our B final. Championship fastest seed time out of lane 5 was Rachel Wander from Highland Park with a 1:16.70. That was fast enough for the sectional time standard, but she is shooting for the USA Swimming Futures Cut. That is one of the next steps, the next progression in the USA Swimming meets.
Okay.
That is a 1:16.19. So let's keep an eye on this
Rachel.
field and how many of these athletes can achieve that time standard.
As we approach that first split, we have
no splits.
No splits.
All right, eyeball it. And if you can tell me who's leading, you're a better man than I.
Yeah, I can't. It's pretty close at this point as we approach the last 60 meters here. In lane 2, it looks as though Kelly Willite is in the lead slightly. But right behind her in lane 1 is Aleda Wilkins.
So even though this is a long course race, the underwater pullouts and the distance off the pullouts and the quick turns, as you can see in a tight race like this, make a big difference.
Big difference as the swimmers approach the final 10 meters. And those swimmers are reaching for the wall. And we will have, it looks like Kelly Willite will take home the victory there with 1:16.31 time.
All right, now we're going to go to the voice of the pool deck. And voice of the pool deck will give us the introduction of our top 10 A finalists. So what we have as a tradition, as you can see on your screen right now, is what's called the Parade of Athletes.
And again, these are the standouts.
Championship final for the women's 100 breaststroke. In lane 1 from Academy Bullets, Kelsey Krish. In lane 2 from NASA, Annika Wagner. In lane 3 from Academy, Madeline Wenig. In lane 4 from Patriot Aquatics, Hannah Liu. In lane 5, your fastest qualifier at 1:13.64 from Academy Bullets, Julia Kroll. In lane 6, swimming unattached, Glenview Titans, Valerie Tarazzi. In lane 7, from New Trier, Casey Venn. In lane 8 from St. Charles, Mary Janya. In lane 9 from Academy Bullets, Samantha Lorick. And in lane 10 from the Academy Bullets, Sydney Van Overmyron.
All right, those are our top 10 finalists in your A final. The meet record, 112.27, set back in 2017 by Alexis Yeager. Our two top seeds, Kral and Tarazi, are right around that. So let's keep an eye on the meet record here as we go into our championship final in the 100 breaststroke and watch the distance off the pullouts.
Yeah, as these swimmers are in the water. Early on, it looks as though in lane 6, yep, that is Valerie Tarazi having an early lead as they cross the 25-meter mark.
So we had a little interview with Michaela Varga, our Illinois swimming athlete rep. Outgoing senior athlete rep is Valerie Tarazi. So Val is a very accomplished young lady, and she is out
in front after
and
that
first
turn.
We're not getting any splits, but she looks like she's out plenty fast enough to challenge that meet record. Not sure why we're not getting splits, but we will find out.
About a half a body length as they approach the last 25 meters is Tarazi in the lead.
All right, watch the body line. What you're seeing with Val and some of the other athletes that are doing well over there, particularly over there in lane number 7, Casey Venn, the body line. So as they reach out front, they achieve that body line, that streamlined position to be able to drive their kick, drive the body off their kick forward.
Last 10 meters, it looks like
112.2 is the record.
Tarazi will win this, and she did. She got the record in 1:11.54 was her time. Excellent swim.
Casey Venn was second.
And rounding out, well, coming in third, I should say, is Madeline Winnick.
Congratulations, Val.
And as we move on quickly here, we're going into our C final for the men's 100-meter breaststroke. In lane 1, we'll have Jimmy Dooley from Mundelein Mustang Swim Club. In lane 2, we'll have Julian Green from Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 3, we'll have Calvin Gronwald from Ultimate Swimming. In lane 4, we'll have Ethan Chuang from Academy Bullets. In lane 5, we have Kyle Hathaway from Glenview Titan Aquatic Club. In lane 6, we have Alexander Dvorak from Maverick Swim Club. In lane 7, we'll have Daniel Baja from Elmhurst Swim Team. In lane 8, we have Michael Shium from Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 9, we'll have Evan Stiegel from Palatine Park. And in lane 10, we'll have Daniel Kaufman from Glenview Titan Aquatic.
So our C final up on the blocks as we go through this evening's competition. Sometimes we have a little delay like this. Could be a little bit of technical difficulty. We're trying to figure out why we're not getting splits down at the far end of the pool. So as we start off into this heat, we'll talk about the meet record at 1:02.01. That's pretty darn quick.
Ooh.
It's from 2008, Mike Alexandrov from Wild. So it's going to be a tough one to break, but we have a couple guys in that A final that might give it a shot.
Well, I say it's about time for that record to be gone, right? 10 years old. Let's see some records fall, right?
That's what we're talking about. We already had 3 so far in the meet. We'll talk about what happened in prelims a little bit later. In
the pool, the young men go in this C final.
Your fastest seed in lane number 5 was Kyle Hathaway from GTAC with a 1:10.77. That sectional time standard was set by all 10 athletes. So they're shooting for the futures cut at a 1:08.69.
Very fast swimmers here. It looks like early on in lane 4. That is Ethan Schwang from Academy Bullets. He has an early lead as they approach that first turn.
Good body line. See how he's diving forward into his stroke. Good quick turn. Those athletes, as their hands touch the wall and their feet come up and they push off, there wants to be less than 1.0 seconds. So the challenge there is maintaining his lead. It wasn't the fact that he's not out swimming people, it's maintaining that lead just from that turn motion in and out of the wall. And so look at the body lines here, and lane number 1 coming on strong.
Jimmy Dooley. But Ethan Chuang does have that lead as they approach those last 10 to 15 meters. Very close bunch group, though, as they reach for that final wall.
Looks like he's going to get it. Come on.
He's going to win it, and his time will be 1:08.51 for Ethan Chuang.
And he did get the futures time standard with that swim.
Julian Green in second. As we move on to the B final, we'll have in lane 1, Kyle Falkstrom from Woodstock. In lane 2, we'll have William Walker from Midway Aquatics. In lane 3, we'll have Braden Amendola from West Swim Club. In lane 4, we'll have Pearson Orr from New Trier Aquatics. In lane 5, we have Brian Noth from Fox Valley Swim Team. In lane 6, we have Travis Hull from Mundelein Mustang Swim Club. In lane 7, we have Jack O'Connor from Academy Bullets. In lane 8, we have Patrick Gridley from New Trier Aquatics. In lane 9, we have Nathaniel Gunther, also from New Trier. And in lane 10, we have Matthew Felber from Academy Bullets, I should say.
Fastest seed time in this B final, Brian Nothi from Fox Valley Swim Team, 109.91, along with his cohort next to him, Travis Hull
in lane 6
from Mundelein, both at a 109.91. Again, the future time standard, 108.69.
In lane 5, it looks as though it is Brian Noth with a very slight lead early on as they're approaching that first turn.
Key aspects of a 100-meter breaststroke compared to 100 yards. A lot more racing underwater in 100 yards, but still the skills apply. So what you're seeing here is the athletes have to have controlled speed on the way out. Can't be overexerting on that first 50. You'll go through heats at nationals where the first 5 heats, the first person at the wall is not the first person at the end of the race.
A great turn by Travis Hull here. He's neck and neck with Brian Nothi at this point as they approach those last 25 meters.
Watch out for lane 7. Lane 7.
That is Jack O'Connor.
O'Connor is coming on strong. He has the slowest tempo in the field, but is making up the most ground.
As the swimmers approach those final 10 meters, who will touch that wall first? It will be Travis Hull.
No, Nothi.
Nothi? Oh, yes.
He's
Sorry. My apologies.
109.30.
109.30. Travis Hull right behind him, 109.42.
In lane 1 from Cats, Austin Stevenson. In lane 2 from Academy, Horace Chow. In lane 3 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Dan Matlock. In lane 4 from the Waves Bloomington, Tom Reedy. In lane 5 from New Trier, Charles Scheinfeld. In lane 6 from Academy, Caleb Carlson. In lane 7 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. In lane 8 from Midway Aquatics, Horace Shue. In lane 9 from Fox Valley, Sam Caston. And in lane 10 from Palatine Park, Yuchan Lee.
So our top seed right now is Charlie Scheinfeld from New Trier Aquatics at a 106.0. One of the top breaststrokers. He is a senior. He will be going to the University of Texas next year. He'll be a
Longhorn.
They have been traditionally winning the last couple of years, been winning the NCAA championship, so he's going into another program with a proud tradition besides the current that he's currently on.
Excellent.
So keep an eye again, 102.01 is the meet record.
Passing those first 25 meters, it seems as though in lane 5, Charles Scheinfeld has an early lead.
Charlie's a good athlete, a strong athlete, so he has the ability to hold the stroke rate and tempo
as
and
he turns.
Power off the wall.
Yeah,
so
great turn there.
Watch where he pops up.
15, 20 meters almost.
Oh, man, that's going to make him a great college swimmer because the majority of that short course race is going to be underwater. So here you can see him starting to build through his tempo on the back half. That's where that strength and being an athlete. But Carlson is also
right
having
there.
a great swim.
He's making up a little bit of ground there, it seems. Carlson in lane 6, right behind Scheinfeld in lane 5 as the swimmers approach the final 10 meters.
They'll just be off that meet record.
Scheinfeld will touch first with a 104.07 time. Carlson in second, and Alderson will be third as we move on quickly here. We are now into the women's 200-meter freestyle. In lane 1, we'll have Connie Zhang from Academy Bullets. In lane 2, we'll have Madison Shim from Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 3, we'll have Kiera McGowan from Academy Bullets. In lane 4, we have Riley Lanigan from NASA Wildcat. In lane 5, we'll have Greta Pelzik from New Trier. In lane 6, we'll have Margaret Guanchi, also from New Trier. In lane 7, we have Anna Long from Cats Aquatic. In lane 8, we'll have Laurel Bludgeon from Maverick Swim Club. In lane 9, we have Georgia White from Delta Aquatics. And in lane 10, we have Natalie Ungaretti from Academy Bullets. As they dive into the water.
So this is your C final. This is one of the toughest races. I think if an athlete is really good at the long course 200 freestyle, that is one of the toughest races that there is. It takes strength, it takes speed, it takes knowledge of race strategy, and it takes endurance. So this is one of the elements of middle distance swimming. Some of these athletes are trained at middle distance, which the 200 falls right in there. And what it does is prepares them for race strategy, how to swim the races correctly, how to balance your stroke in your body, but also how to have that speed, controlled speed on the way out. So you kind of use the old analogy, 75, 50, 50, 25. 75, you see the athletes controlled. Now they're here at the midpoint in the pool, which is right where we're standing. They're starting to build into the 100 wall. The next 50 a little faster, next 50 a little faster, and let's watch how they have that closing speed at the end of the race.
In lane 10, after the first 100 meters, it looks like Natalie Ungaretti has a very steady lead so far. Great split time. Not sure if that's correct, but looks like 32.12.
And I think that is correct. And as you know, we talked about it last night. Outside smoke in lane 10 was pretty fast lane last night in the 800 freeze.
It was, and that's continuing that tradition so far. Natalie Ungaretti has about a body length lead to her nearest competitor.
Keep an eye on lane number 4. That's Riley Lanigan
from NASA.
Who's got a good third 50 split going here. So let's watch how the athletes come on strong on this last 50. 200s of stroke or 200 freestyle. Here come the closers.
Yep.
Right in the middle of the pool, starting to kick it up over here in lane number 6.
Yeah, Natalie has relinquished that lead a little bit. This race has gotten a lot closer in lane 9. That is Georgia White. She is closing fast, but we also have a bunch of other swimmers in lane 5. We have Greta Pelzik making a push as well.
Looks like Georgia's got it out there in lane number 9.
Going to be a close finish as the swimmers approach the final 5 meters.
Who got it?
It looks like Greta Pelzik with a 2:09.15 time is your winner. As we move on to the B final, in lane 1 we'll have Rachel Steege from Fox Valley. In lane 2 we have Julia Polsky from Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 3 we have Sydney Kelly from Academy Bullets. In lane 4 we have Sophia Gushina from Patriot Aquatic. In lane 5 we have Linda Licari from St. Charles. In lane 6, we have Anna Poplowski from Waves Bloomington. In lane 7, we have Jessica Girani from Academy Bullets. My apologies. In lane 8, Nina Mullen, also from Academy Bullets. In lane 9, we have Emma Gleason from Patriot Aquatic. And in lane 10, Allison Beitendorp from Woodstock.
Our fastest seed from the preliminary round, Linda Licari, St. Charles,
208.
208.94. The futures cut is 208.19.
So that's well in reach for her.
Right. And we look at our meet records as we go through these next 2 heats. Meet record 203.78.
Lindsay Grindron.
And she's from Redbird Aquatics down in Bloomington. Your B final in the water.
In the water.
So as we watch the race unfold, we talked a little bit about just strategy for the 200 freestyle. Now you're seeing what sometimes happens is somebody will watch from the second heat, will watch the first heat, and they will learn from watching their competition in the first heat. I saw this happen at Olympic trials. Everybody's so amped up for the meet, they will go out too fast, and then they will see the kids struggle at the end of the races. So now these next 2 heats will actually watch the heats that precede them, and they'll control their races just a little bit more.
After that first split, Anna Poplowski, 2:09.79. Great start to her first 50 meters in this 200-meter freestyle.
You see controlled stroke tempo, relaxed strokes, not overusing the kicks just yet. Now they're past the 75. See how they start to build into their tempo now? Yep. Right as they got to that midpoint, coaches have them building into that first 100. This is the middle crucial 50 right here.
Big turn coming up.
Good
Who
turns.
gets there first? It looks like in lane 7, that is Jessica Girani. Sorry, did it
Kowalski
again.
is your leader at 102.06, but I couldn't call it right now if I had to.
Oh, no way.
You're watching at home.
It's very close.
It's very close, but that's lane number 4 taking off on this 50. That is Sofia Goshina.
Yeah, has a very slight lead as they approach the next turn.
So here's where the athletes are being very, very steady but fast. Now watch him come off this wall, and you will start seeing a lot more white water off their legs. And they're starting to really start to drive and have that closing speed without losing their distance per stroke. That's the key in meters, not overturning so quickly that you lose your body position or you lose your legs. Keep an eye over there on lane number 7.
Yep, that is Jessica Girani.
And she is coming on like a freight train, but nobody has given up in this heat. I can't call it.
No, this is really close. I can't call it either. The swimmers are approaching the last 10 meters. This is going to be really close, Tony. Who touches that wall first? It looks like Anna Poplawski in lane 6. 2:08.81 is her time.
All right, now down to the voice of the pool deck for the introduction of our championship heat.
It's 200 freestyle. Here in the championship for the women's 200 freestyle, in lane 1, Allison Penrod, Academy Bullets. Lane 2, Audrey Coffey, Academy. Lane 3, Kali Frankowiak, Maverick. Lane 4, Erin Scudder, Lions. In lane 5, from Patriot, Isabel Pelka. In lane 6, Ann Tavier in St. Charles. In lane 7, Julia Heimstead, Waves Bloomington. Lane 8, Peyton Lang, Woodstock Dolphins. In lane 9, Abby Taute, Wolfpack. And in lane 10 from the Academy Bullets, Lauren Payton.
All right, championship heat of the women's 200 freestyle.
Fastest seed time here belongs to Ann Tavier, 2:06.17.
All right, here we go. Again, watch the controlled, controlled, what they call easy speed. They know that they're in a championship heat. They know the time standards. It's, so at some point you can't go slow to be able to achieve your time standards. So they're very familiar with what their race strategies are. So again, we talked a little bit about it in the distance events last night, but coaches will create opportunities in practice to do what's called takeouts.
Okay.
They will actually have them take that 75. They'll have them dive in, and they'll do a 75 takeout to where they come right to the middle of the pool, and coaches will either time them or take their stroke rates to let them practice how it feels to take the race out, and then they'll stop. Just that one component of the race. Now we start to see the middle of the pool start to build into the 100. And we got a race developing.
Lane 5, that is Isabel Pelka. But again, in lane 6, and Tavierne is right there with her as well. Both had great splits.
Having a good swim there. There is lane 8. That's Peyton
Lang
from Woodstock.
Yeah,
They've
also right there.
All right, they're out at a 1:01.59, so that's going to be, if they would have to split a 31, another 31 low right in here to have a shot at the record. But the junior national time standard is 2:04.29. Let's see if we can get some of our young athletes under that junior national time standard.
Let's see. It's going to be an exciting finish for sure, as Tavierne has a great split there, under 32 seconds. She has about a half a body length lead, but this race is far from over as the swimmers approach that last 25 meters.
The seat times come in and we're 2:06s. You'll see a lot of times get faster in finals. It's a great opportunity for twice to be able to swim your best race.
And approaching those last few meters, it looks as though Ann Tavierne is your winner at 2:05.14. Moving on into the men's 200-meter freestyle. In lane 1, we have Luke Lanigan from Scout Aquatics. In lane 2, we have Joseph Yuan from Wheaton Swim Club. In lane 3, we have Ethan Ross from Patriot Aquatic. In lane 4, we have Joseph Gibson from Wildkit Swimming. In lane 5, we have Jaden Olson from Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 6 is Matthew King from Wheaton Swim Club. In lane 7 is Kyle Falkstrom from Woodstock. In lane 8 is Everett Andrew from NASA Wildcat. In lane 9 is Alexander Dvorak from Maverick Swim Club. And in lane 10 is Ethan Batko from Cats Aquatic. Fastest seed time here belongs to Jaden Olson. 2 minutes, little under 2 minutes and 1 second.
So that championship time standard is at 2:05. So most of these athletes have achieved that. The sectional time standard 2:00:49 is part of the progression in USA Swimming. That progression is coming from your championship meets onto the Speedo sectional championships, onto the future championships, onto junior nationals, onto the senior nationals. And as you grow in senior swimming, there is no more age groups. In other words, some of these young men or young ladies may be swimming some of the fastest swimmers in the nation and the world. So as they develop and they reach a time standard, they're allowed to go to the next meet in the progression. So that's what they're shooting for, is having opportunities to compete in the next level of competition.
Certainly exciting.
So you called off that C final, the meet record 1:52:21.
Nikita Bondarenko.
Back in 2015. And Olympian Connor Dwyer
I recognize that name.
Holds the LSC record at 1:46:64.
As the swimmers not in the blocks as of yet. Maybe some more difficulties, but they should be getting along very quickly here.
So we do have, occasionally we will have a courtesy rest asked for by a coach. It is not a rule, it is a courtesy, and the athletes get about that 10-minute break in between one event to the next. So our officials are very aware of working with our athletes to help them with their best performance, opportunity for performance.
Can be very taxing with a quick turnover. As the young men are in the pool now, in this 200-meter freestyle.
So looking at the seed times in our C final, these athletes will be out under a minute to be able to achieve the time standards of breaking 2 minutes. There's certain barriers in our sport, not just time standards, but what athletes and coaches consider barriers if an athlete gets under a minute for the first time, or an athlete in the 200-meter freestyle breaks 2 minutes for the first time. It is kind of one of those accomplishments that doesn't really matter about the time they're just trying to achieve. It matters on breaking that barrier. I'm under 2 minutes now in the 200. I can do anything.
Getting better and getting faster, right?
Right.
Coming off of that first split, it looks like in lane 6, that is Matthew King from Wheaton. He has a slight lead. But in lane 5, Jaden Olson is right there with him.
Pretty controlled up through the 100. You see them start to build their tempo.
This split, great split by Matthew King. Great split also by Everett Andrew in lane 8.
And Everett's out of 58.46. So the goal here for these young men is to try to repeat that 30-second split or a 31 low and try to beat 31 on that last 50 with closing speed.
Let's keep an eye on lane 1 as well, Luke Lanigan. He is not far behind those leaders.
Lane 8 looks like your leader going into the far turn. He's up against the lane line. Let's see if he
Everett Andrew
gets out on his own here. Great underwater work over here in lane number 5.
Sub 31
Jaden
split
Olson.
there for Everett.
So the underwater work made up ground. So you saw the athletes come off that far wall, nail that underwater breakout, and now they're racing hard to the wall.
Last 25 meters, Everett Andrew has about a half a length body, but in lane 5, that is Jaden Olson closing. Great closing speed. It looks though Everett will touch the wall first, and he will with a 1:58.74 time. Moving on to that B final. In lane 1, we have Richard Williams from St. Charles. In lane 2, we have Brendan Forrest from Glenview Titan. In lane 3, we have Henry Bliss from Academy Bullets. In lane 4, we have Tadzio Kirka from Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 5, we have William Boley from Dunlap Dolphins. In lane 6, we have Daniel Putzko from Swift Aquatics. In lane 7, we have Xander Guerrero, also from Swift. In lane 8 is Matthew Fernandez from Chicago Wolfpack. Austin Miller is in lane 9 from Academy Bullets. And in lane 10, Daniel McGowan from New Trier Aquatics.
So William Boley from Dunlap Dolphins, 158.64. Your fastest seed. That Speedo sectional time standard is achieved, but the futures time standard, 158.09.
Often racing these young men are. Definitely too close to call at this point. But as you alluded to, Tony, during these 50, 100 meters, these swimmers will be building their momentum and speed. And eventually we'll have a winner. Coming up to the first split. It looks like in lane 5, that is William Boley. Has a slight early lead.
We're in lane number 4. Having a great swim also is
Tadjo Kirka
from Wolfpack.
4, 5, and 6. That middle group is really tight right now.
So you can saw as they hit the 75, you saw some of the currently your leader, while we were in lane number 6, just really take off. He's not the fastest swimmer in the pool, though. Looks like Xander Guerrero is.
Right, but Daniel Putzko had a great turn.
What I'm seeing in this heat, which is pretty exciting, is the athletes are going faster, but they're not losing their distance per stroke. In other words, they're increasing their power, but only by increments, so they don't lose their balance, they don't lose their stroke. Coach will say sometimes when the tempo increases, their arm speed increases, they will stop pulling water, and they'll be exerting a lot of energy not to go faster.
Daniel Putzko is your leader in lane 6, but it's going to be close.
Watch it, lane number 4.
That is Tadjo Kirka.
He's
taking over that lead. He had a great
let's
split.
See if he can finish it. Closing speed over there in lane number 7.
It looks like lane 4 and lane 5. William Boley, Tadjo Zerka. Who will touch that wall first?
Who got it?
It is Kirka, just barely. 158.11 is his time.
Now we're full deck.
In the championship for the men's 200 freestyle, in lane 1, Ian Vandergraaf, New Trier. Lane 2, Josh Lanto, Academy Bullets. Lane 3, Luke Maurer, NASA. Lane 4, Bent Shabatos, Wolfpack. Lane 5, Liam Hutchinson, Wheaton Swim Club. Lane 6, Spencer Walker, Academy Bullets. Lane 7, Ryan Netzel, Delta. Lane 8, William Camps, Academy Bullets. Lane 9, Parker Nolan, Wolfpack. And in lane 10 from the West Chicago Sharks, Patrick White.
All right, our fastest seed here is Liam Hutchinson. We saw him win the 800 freestyle last night. He is one of the, by his seed time, he is one that has a shot at that meet record of 152.21, and he has got amazing closing speed. Let's see how he sets up the race. I expect competition to come from Spencer Walker and Zabatos here. So let's watch. And you look at Liam being very confident. He's not worried about being first at the 25, first at the 50. The key to this breaking this record is going to be within the middle part of the race and that closing speed that kind of is his tradition.
All swimmers bunch closely.
Yeah.
Approaching this first split.
So again, watch the distance off the walls by these senior athletes. It's pretty impressive for all the young people at home to be watching that as they race through their walls, they're not popping up at the flags.
After that first split, Ryan Netzel has that slight early lead, but again, way too early to tell at this point as all swimmers are within each other.
And we're watching as the athletes build into the 100. 75 was their key moment to say this is your trigger point.
Another split here. And in lane 8, that is William Camps, 29.08 on his split.
And here comes Hutchinson. He's starting to pick up in the middle of his swim here. He's going to be pushed.
In lane 5 is Hutchinson. But in lane 8, William Camps is also right there with him.
William Camps, a senior from Academy, going to Penn University next year. Hutchinson with a great split here. He is at a 29.15. He's got to bring it home strong.
There are going to be a lot of swimmers.
Keep an eye on the swimmer to his right.
Keeping an eye on
Spencer
William
Walker.
Camps. Spencer Walker also right there.
These guys have raced each other for so many years and so many seasons. They know where their competition is. Hutchinson has breathing to his right side, so he knows where his competition is. No breathing
touches that wall first. It is Hutchinson. 154.07 is his time.
So Liam Hutchinson with his second win of the competition. So we are now moving towards an awards break, where we will see the awards for the 800 freestyles from last night, women and men, and then the awards for the first 2 events that we've swum so far tonight, the 100 breaststroke and 200 freestyle. In a moment, we will take you down to the Voice of the Pool deck when we start the awards. And in the meantime, we're going to recognize a couple of our sponsors.
Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of the Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. Athletico, at Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments. Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics.
In 10th place, her final time was 9:25.62 from Academy, Gina Jenkins. In 9th place, her time was 9:22.24 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Ashton Ammerman. In 8th place, her final time, 9:22.20 from Academy, Sydney Kelly. In 7th place, her final time, 9:19.61 from Academy, Nina Mullen. In 6th place, her final time, 9:19.36 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Emma Theobald. In 5th place, her final time, 9:18.49 from the Woodstock Dolphins, Allison Beitendorp. In 4th place, her final time, 9:18.21 from Fox Valley, Rachel Steggy. In 3rd place, her final time, 9:16.57 from Academy Bullets, Lauren Payton. In 2nd place, her final time, 9:12.13 from Academy Bullets, Audrey Coffey. And your 2018 long course champion in the 800 freestyle with a new meet record, 8:56.84 from the Academy Bullets. Please congratulate Kaylee Lavelle. Welcome out the championship, the top 10 swimmers from last night's men's 800 freestyle. We had a tie for 10th place in the 800 freestyle for the men at a time of 8:54.41 from Swift Aquatics, Dan Puchko, and from Lincoln Way, Joe Bozzi. In 9th place, his time was 8:52.95 from Academy, Austin Millard. In 8th place, his final time, 8:52.94 from Fox Valley, Lucas Conrads. In 7th place, his final time, 8:49.34 from the Mundelein Mustangs, Nick Jasinski. In 6th place, his final time, 8:47.67 from the YW Flying Fish, Tom Hackley. In 5th place, his final time, 8:44.91 from Wheaton, Trevor Carter. In 4th place, his final time, 8:43.80 from Swift Aquatics, Xander Guerrero. In 3rd place, his final time, 8:37.46 from West Chicago, Nicholas Vance. In 2nd place, his final time, 8:33.82 from the Wolfpack, Jacob Furlong. And your 2018 long course champion in the men's 800 freestyle at a time of 8:23.61 from the Wheaton Swim Club. Please congratulate Liam Hutchinson. Thank you, gentlemen. Clear the pool. Swimmers, please clear the pool. Second announcement, fans, you are not allowed onto the pool deck to take pictures during the meet. Once again, fans, you are not allowed on deck to take pictures during the meet. Please remain in the seating area. Thank you. 100 breaststroke. In 10th place, her time 1:16.40 from Academy, Sydney Van Overmyron. In 9th place, her time 1:16.16 from Academy, Samantha Lorick. In 8th place, her final time 1:15.78 from Academy, Kelsey Krish. In 7th place, her time 1:15.05 from St. Charles, Mary Janya. In 6th place, her final time 1:14.71 from NASA, Annika Wagner. In 5th place, her final time 1:14.45 from Academy, Madeline Wenig. In 4th place, her final time 1:13.96 from Academy, Julia Krall. In 3rd place, her final time 1:13.54 from Patriot, Hannah Liu. In 2nd place, her final time 1:13.30 from New Trier, Casey Venn. And your champion in the 2018 Women's 100 Breaststroke, her time a meet record at 1:11.54, swimming unattached for the Glenview Titans. Please congratulate Valerie Tarazzi. Thank you, ladies. About the championship finalists and awards in event 4, the men's 100 breaststroke. In 10th place, his final time, 1:09.06 from Cats, Austin Stevenson. In 9th place, his final time, 1:09.04 from Fox Valley, Sam Caston. In 8th place, his final time, 1:08.93 from Palatine Park, Yuchan Lee. In 7th place, his final time, 1:08.35 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Dan Matlock. In 6th place, his final time, 1:08.31 from Academy Bullets, Horace Chow. In 5th place, his final time, 1:08.28 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Thomas Reedy. In 4th place, his final time, 1:07.95 from Midway Aquatics, Horace Shue. In 3rd place, his final time, 1:07.27 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. In 2nd place, his time, 1:05.34 from the Academy Bullets, Caleb Carlson. And your champion in the summer men's 100 breaststroke at a time of 1:04.07 from New Trier, please congratulate Charles Scheinfeld. Thank you, gentlemen. The finalists for awards in event 5, the women's 200 freestyle. In 10th place, her final time, 2:09.90 from Academy, Audrey Coffey. In 9th place, her time, 2:09.77 from Academy, Lauren Payton. We had a tie for 7th place at 2:09.72, Abby Taute of Wolfpack and Allison Penrod of Academy. In 6th place, her time, 2:07.97 from Lions, Aaron Scudder. In 5th place, her time, 2:07.94 from Maverick, Holly Frankowiak. In 4th place, her final time, 2:07.56 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Julia Heimstead. In 3rd place, her final time, 2:07.09 from the Woodstock Dolphins, Peyton Lang. In 2nd place, her final time, 2:06.72 from Patriot, Isabel Pelka. And your champion in the 2018 long course 200 freestyle for women, her time 2:05:14 from St. Charles. Please congratulate Ann Tavierne. Thank you, ladies. Chip finalists in event 6, the men. In 10th place, his final time, 1:59:63 from West Chicago, Patrick White. In 9th place, his final time, 1:59:32 from the Wolfpack, Parker Nolan. In 8th place, his final time, 1:58:40 from New Trier, Ian Vandergraaf. In 7th place, his final time, 1:57:59 from Academy, Josh Lantow. In 6th place, his final time, 1:57:05 from Delta, Ryan Netzel. In 5th place, his final time, 1:55:97 from NASA, Luke Maurer. In 4th place, his final time, 1:55:43 from the Wolfpack, Bence Shabatos. In 3rd place, his final time, 1:54:48 from Academy, Spencer Walker. In 2nd place, his final time, 1:54:40 from Academy, William Camps. And your champion in the men's long course 200 freestyle at a time of 1:54:07 from Wheaton Swim Club. Please congratulate Liam Hutchinson. Thank you, gentlemen.
Here again at the 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships, moving along into the women's 100-meter butterfly. We'll have in lane 1, Catherine Mitchell from Academy Bullets. In lane 2, we'll have Michaela Herwig, also from Academy. In lane 3, we have Julia Krall, also from Academy. In lane 4, we have Alexandra Skotchkov from Cats Aquatic. In lane 5, Megumi Komodo from Academy Bullets. In lane 6, Annalise Stingel from Cats Aquatic. In lane 7, we have Sydney Van Overmeren from Academy Bullets. In lane 8 is Riley Stone from Mavic Swim Club. Ariella Katz is in lane 9 from New Trier. And in lane 10 is Katie Drum from West Swim Club.
So 100-meter butterfly. This is your C final. Again, we're running 3 heats, our C final, our B final, and our A championship final. 30 athletes get to compete in the 100 butterfly finals. You have called off our top 10 qualifiers in the C heat, and they're on the blocks.
Fastest seed time belongs to Megumi Komodo, 106.11, as they get into the water here in this 100-meter butterfly sprint race.
And again, 100 meters, control is a key part of the 100 butterfly. And why so? Athletes are, even in the long course, the athletes will try to kick 15 meters off that start and turns. Your more accomplished 100 butterflies will race underwater, but you've got to save those legs a little bit for the last 25 meters in the 100 butterfly.
In lane 2, Michaela Herwig had a great turn, but it's going to be an exciting finish, as lane 4, Alexandra Skotchkov is right there with her, approaching the final 25 meters. Too tight of a race to call at this point.
And the athletes that have controlled that stroke and saved a little bit of legs, you'll see them start driving on that last 25.
Keep an eye on Annalise Stingel in lane 6. She had a great turn as well as they approach the final few meters. It is Annalise Stengel in lane 6.
With a futures time standard beating the time of 105.19. Your B final.
In lane 1, we have Needy Cheaton from Fox Valley. In lane 2, we have Lauren Payton from Academy Bullets. In lane 3 is Emily Smith from Dunlap. In lane 4 is Sierra Limbu from Academy Bullets. In lane 5 is Abigail Smith from Highland Park. In lane 6 is Hannah Poshasinski from St. Charles. In lane 7 is Greta Pelzik from New Trier. Isabella Del Rosario is in lane 8 from St. Charles. Ava McCula from Midway Aquatics is in lane 9. And in lane 10 is Mary Janya from St. Charles.
A lot of these young athletes I have gotten to know through our camps program so far this spring and early summer. And many of these athletes are in their hard training at this point and using this particular meet as a tune-up prior to their championship season. So they are trying to basically find their racing skills and improve that race strategy exactly where they want it before they rest and taper for their championship meet at the end of the season.
Great start off the blocks in lane 4, Sierra Limbu from Academy.
Watch Sierra off this second wall. She is one of the most accomplished underwater racers that we have in the LSC.
As she makes that turn.
Now watch how far she goes underwater, but she is racing underwater as well, not just kicking underwater.
Great turn. In lane 4 is Sierra Limbu, but in lane 5, Abigail Smith also had a great turn, and she has taken just a slight lead, but again, way too close to call as we approach the last 25 meters.
So now these young ladies again, where do they do on that first 75 to be able to give themselves that energy to finish off the race?
In lane 3, Emily Smith, great closing speed as well. Let's keep an eye on her. Who will touch that wall first? It looks like in lane 5 it will be Abigail Smith.
Abigail Smith.
104.45.
So a little bit of side breather. 104.45 achieves that futures time standard as well. Now down to the voice of the pool deck. The introductions of our top 10 finalists.
For the women's 100 butterfly. Championship for the women's 100 butterfly. In lane 1 from NASA, Annika Wagner. In lane 2 from Patriot, Nicole Pinter. In lane 3 from Academy, Lindsay Merck. In lane 4 from Academy, Cameron Stride. In lane 5 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal, Julia Heimstead. In lane 6 from Patriot, Emma Gleason. In lane 7 from Patriot, Isabel Pelka. In lane 8 from Academy, Catherine Mueller. In lane 9 from Academy, Athena Yee. And in lane 10 from New Trier, Audrey Richardson.
Championship heat of the women's 100 butterfly meet record 102.02. Set by Annalena Kuchko from Katzen 17. Keep an eye on that meet record. Julia Heimstead at a 102.87 this morning.
She is in lane 5 as the swimmers start their race off the blocks. Julia Heimstead, as you just mentioned, had a great start. But in these first 25 meters, all swimmers are pretty much dead even.
You know, lane number 9 out there going out pretty aggressively. That is Athena Yee.
Also she's from Academy Bullets, I should say. Great start for her as they approach that first turn.
Let's see what the first 50 split is. The ladies are out at a 50-29, 5-4, by Gleason.
Ooh.
So that's going to be at a 101 pace if they can get it home. Meet record 102.0. And here's where it starts to happen. Now watch the connection that the athletes in the middle of the pool have between grabbing the water, their hips coming up, and then that power stroke through with their legs.
In lanes 5 and 6, Julia Heimstead and Emma Gleason in a dead even sprint right now towards that end wall. Who will touch first? It will be Julia Heimstead, 102.29.
Great swim by Julia and Emma both. And I will tell you that the one thing that made a big difference in that race was that Julia put her head down probably the last 5 or 6 strokes and did not breathe all the way in.
As we move on to the men's 100-meter butterfly, in lane 1 we have Foster Swanson from Unattached. Matthew Felber is in lane 2 from Academy. From Swift Aquatics in lane 3 is Julian Escasa. In lane 4, Ryan Netzel from Delta. In lane 5 is Nicholas Jasinski from Mundaline. From New Trier Aquatics in lane 6 is Charles Scheinfeld. In lane 7 is Tegan Cook from West Chicago. From Delta Aquatics in lane 8 is Robert Peterson. Mason Road is in lane 9. He's from Lincoln Way. And from New Trier Aquatics in lane 10 is Patrick Gridley.
About half the field achieved the Speedo sectional time standard, shooting for that Futures time standard of 58.39 in this field. So a lot of athletes here, pretty accomplished athletes, swimming maybe their second or third best stroke. Just getting some racing in sometimes is important as these athletes prepare to taper and rest for those championship meets.
Approaching that first turn, Ryan Netzel has a slight lead. 27.28 is his split.
Ryan looking pretty long and comfortable right now over here in lane number 4.
Very comfortable, but in lane 5, not too far behind him, is Nicholas Jasinski from Mundaline.
You see some of these athletes that are breathing every stroke. And, you know, a key component to that is if you're going to breathe every stroke like a Michael Phelps, you better have strong underwater work at the opposite end of the pool.
Ryan Netzel approaching that last wall. He will come in first. 58.21 is his time. 58.21.
Futures cut. Great swim.
On to Heat 2 in this B final. From Glenview Titan in lane 1 is Sam Salganic. From Cats Aquatic in lane 2 is Ethan Batko. William Raitt in lane 3, he's from Academy. Benjamin Kimmel is in lane 4, he's also from Academy. From Dunlap Dolphins in lane 5, we have Daniel Matlock. Caleb Carlson will be in lane 6 from Academy. From Swift Aquatics, we have Alexander Ostrowski in lane 7. In lane 8 is Evan Stiegel from Palatine. In lane 9 is William Bowley from Dunlap. And rounding out the 10 in lane 10 is Henry Bliss, also from Academy.
All 10 athletes in this field achieved that Speedo sectional time standard. We had one athlete, Ben, in the last heat, achieving that futures cut with a 58.21. All right, watch as we go through. Let's watch the underwater work here. That 15-meter mark is a little far off. Your best underwater racer that I would call right now is your leader, and that is over there in lane number 6.
That is Caleb Carlson from Academy Bullets. A great start off the blocks for him.
So the key here is when they use their body, not so much the downbeat and the thrust of the kick on that first 50, keeping the least amount of strokes while developing that early speed. So let's watch again. We're standing at the halfway point. We get to see when they make those moves. But Carlson with great underwater work again. And again, we mentioned this in the last heat. You're going to be really breathe every stroke. It does affect your body position. Every time that head comes up, it pushes those hips down. So you better have some really good, strong work, and Caleb did on that far end turn.
Yes, he did. But relinquishing a little bit of that lead as we see in lane 4. Benjamin Kimmel is closing, but it looks like Carlson will close this particular race out, and he will. 57.45 is his time.
Achieving that futures cut. Great swim by Caleb. We're going to go down to the voice of the pool deck for the call of our championship final.
I know you want me, you know I want you, I know you want.
by in lane 1 from Academy Bullets, Nolan Fergus. In lane 2 from Academy, Ryan Seago. In lane 3 from Academy, Horace Chow. In lane 4 from Academy, Josh Lantow. In lane 5 from Fox Valley, Michael Schwerers. In lane 6 from the Wolfpack, Bent Shabatos. In lane 7 from Academy, Spencer Walker. In lane 8 from the Wolfpack, Ezra Mizgala. In lane 9 from the Wolfpack, Parker Nolan. And in lane 10 from the Wheaton Swim Club, Andrew Dye.
Michael Schwerers with that fastest seed time.
You watch Michael he is a strong closer. Watch his second 50, the meet record 55.15 by Connor Black in 2012 from Cats. So an experienced athlete here is Schwerers. You see his underwater work.
Women's 400 IM C and B
I would say your best underwater kicker
now.
In the middle of the pool was almost the entire field, so really strong underwater work and underwater racing. I would call it just dolphin kicking. It's holding the body line underwater. It's not just the kick. It's how you approach your body position underwater. Watch Michael Schwerers on this second 50. Great underwater work.
Great.
He's finished his first year at Michigan State. So he is a accomplished Big Ten athlete.
In lane 8, that is Ezra Mizgala. Had a great turn. It's going to be close. In lane 3 also is Horatio Chow from Academy Bullets. As the swimmers approach those final 10 meters, it's going to be really close, Tony.
And it is Michael Schwerers.
In lane 5, Michael Schwerers is your winner. 56.32 is his time.
Ben Sabatos second, and in third is Ezra Mizgala. We're on to the 400 IMs.
And the women, 400 IMs, the Heat 1, the C final here. In lane 1, we have Alexa Jadorsky from Delta Aquatics. In lane 2, Megumi Komodo from Academy Bullets. From Waves Bloomington in lane 3 is Lauren Wisdom. In lane 4, Kelsey Krish from Academy Bullets. In lane 5, we have Hannah Poshazinski from St. Charles. From Swift Aquatics in lane 6 is Taylor Holderfield. In lane 7 is Kelly Seago from Academy Bullets. Also from Academy Bullets in lane 8 is Catherine Mitchell. Taylor Weaver will be in lane 9 from Dunlap Dolphins. And in lane 10, Audrey Richardson from New Trier.
So the 400 individual medley is kind of like what you call the decathlon of swimming, because it is all 4 strokes. Swim butterfly on the first leg, backstroke, then breaststroke, then freestyle in that order. Race strategy is important, particularly in the 400 individual medley. It is not about just changing strokes. It is about changing muscle groups. So you'll see the young ladies in their butterfly, and we'll talk about this as they're in the middle of their swims. They're changing muscle groups from short axis strokes to long axis, short axis stroke to long axis. And this is something they do train for on a daily basis, to be able to teach their body when it's changing from one stroke to the next, to be able to find your stroke early off of each wall. And if it takes a while for them to get into rhythm, then that's when they lose spots within the swim itself. In any individual medley, when you are done swimming breaststroke, breaststroke being the slowest stroke, you want to be ahead. And that means that you're swimming freestyle when everybody else is swimming breaststroke. So let's watch how this race unfolds. You will see the leaders change. You don't have to be great at all 4 strokes in the 400 individual medley, but you got to
be pretty good, right?
Yeah, and particularly at a championship meet. So here is your C final.
As the women approach the blocks here, the meet record is 4:50.86 by Adrian Beechik. That was in 2009. As they dive in for this 400-meter individual medley. Again, that breaststroke is the first discipline.
No, butterfly.
Butterfly, I'm sorry.
So as the girls take out this race, you're going to see less and less whitewater off their kick. So you see how they just find that landing zone with their arms out front, let their hips come up, Not going to overuse their legs on the front half of a 400 IM. It's a long race without those legs. So the athletes are kind of floating through that first 50. Now, I'm not saying they're not going fast. They're pretty good athletes. They know what they're doing here.
32-38 in lane 5 was that split for Hannah Poshazinski.
So as they come back, the race strategy is second 50 faster than the first. Now, flies off a dive, so that's hard. But effort is always second 50 faster than the first 50 on each of these individual 100s as you break it down into quadrants.
As we approach that first 100, let's also keep an eye on Catherine Mitchell from Academy Bullets. She's also having a great race.
She's swimming into those that glare out there. So sometimes you wonder, athletes majority of the time indoors will use what's, clear goggles. And outdoors they will use smoke or mirrored goggles to keep the glare off their eyes. But today she's actually swimming into a glare, so it'll be interesting just to see who is wearing what goggles in the particular races.
Catherine Mitchell had a great split there, but Hannah Poshazinski still in lane 5 has a lead.
And she came off the wall strong. So when we watched the transitions from one stroke, we saw many of the girls come off on their backstroke and pop up right at the flags. So as we go through these 3 heats, watch how the different athletes approach racing, not just swimming. Let's watch the distance off the wall of the backstroke turns here.
A lot of distance from Poshazinski there.
Great turn.
Increasing her lead.
And as you will find, as some of the athletes will work the backstroke a little harder, knowing that they may not be the best breaststroker in the field. I don't know that, but as you watch the backstrokers now, they start building into the second 50. Again, second 50 faster than the first. You'll find these athletes starting to work like lane number 9 over there.
Yeah, that is Taylor Weaver from Dunlap. She's also swimming comfortably and freely, having a great meet.
So she is now powering through that second 50.
As we approach another split here.
And she did a back-to-breast transition, a rollover turn, and still kept her underwater pull-out distance, your leader.
45.5 was her split, was Hannah Poshazinski in lane 5 as they transition into the breaststroke now.
Yep, and here come the breaststrokers. As you watch the breaststrokers, it's not about trying to build the tempo. You watch it, there's a lot of glide going on here, but power out of the kick by the breaststrokers.
In lane 7, that's Kelly Seago making up ground with that breaststroke, as you just alluded to, Tony.
So here is where when you're watching a great 400 IM, the leads will change.
Kelly Seago making up a lot of ground, having a really strong discipline.
So here's where you have to work if you're not a great breaststroker, here's where the turns and the pullouts become important. So actually out pulling a breaststroker was your leader.
Yep.
Over here in lane number 5, that is Hannah.
But Kelly Seago had a great split there as well, and so did Taylor Holderfield. Fastest split time there.
All right, field starting to close. And here's where Seago will have a little bit of an edge. When she touches the wall and if she gets off that wall quickly, she gives herself an advantage because she'll be swimming freestyle while the other girls are swimming breaststroke.
Let's also keep an eye on Kelsey Krish. She's having a great discipline right now, too. She's made up a lot of ground.
All right, watch how they approach this turn here. Even though you're tired, you got to race that wall. You're right, Krish is right there.
Yep, great split there, 43.59.
So Krish came off the wall, went into the wall, behind, came out of the wall, strong, and now we got a battle for first and about 4 girls battling for second right now.
Kelly Seago in lane 7, Kelsey Krish in lane 4 are your leaders as they approach.
Now both of our leaders are one-side breathers. They don't see each other. But when they flip down here, they will be able to see each other. So as they feel each other, they know each other's there because they saw each other on the turn. But now they see each other. Let's see what the race turns into. Popping off strong is Krish.
Krish, yep, in lane 4. But Seago, again, right there, she has a slight lead as they approach the last 25 meters.
On. They're fighting
back.
Be
Close.
It's going back and forth right now. Coming on strong. Look, watch lane number 3.
That is Lauren Wisdom from Bloomington Waves.
She's closing strong, but may run out of pool.
Last 10 meters here. Who will touch that wall first? It will be
Seago.
Kelly Seago. 5:19.69 is her time.
2 seconds faster from her preliminary swim. So, and this is one of the races we will see big time drops from the morning to the afternoon. On to our B final.
In lane 1, Kennedy Lovell from Academy Bullets. From St. Charles in lane 2 is Peyton Baxter. Sierra Limbu is in lane 3. She's from Academy Bullets. From Peoria in lane 4, Ashton Ammerman. From Academy Bullets in lane 5 is Paige Edmere. From New Trier in lane 6 is Greta Pelzik. From Academy Bullets in lane 7 is Samantha Lorich. In lane 8 is Catherine Mueller, also from Academy. Katie O'Connell is in lane 9. She's also from Academy. And Gina Jenkins in lane 10, who is also from Academy Bullets.
Your B final. Majority of the girls in this heat have achieved that Speedo sectional time standard. Future cut 5:07. So let's see how many of these young ladies they're stepping down.
Stepping down, right. Going to allow the other swimmers to clear. And again, that meet record is 4:50.86 by Adrian Bichik in 2009.
All right, your B final in the water. Watch lane number 3, Sierra Limbu off the start again. Great underwater kicker. She's kind of way ahead of her age group when she was 13, 14, just popped up into the 15-year-old age group.
In lane 1, also off to a good start, is Kennedy Lovell from Academy.
I believe if athletes can swim IM, they can swim anything. They have a pretty good perspective as building an age groupers. They learn to swim all strokes and all distances, and that prepares them for later on when they start to specialize. They have a lot of options, particularly for a college coach.
First split there. Looks like in lane 1, that was Kennedy Lovell. Slight lead. But at this point in the race, definitely too close to call. A lot more swimming left to do here.
I'm trying to watch the athletes out there that are just relaxed with their stroke, confident that there's 300 left to go. And as they come into the walls, two-handed touch, and turns are still important in the 400 IM, so watch the distance off the underwater work. If the athletes are popping up at the flags, that usually means they're trying almost recovering from the 100 butterfly. Athletes who are in great shape will come off and use that underwater work to help push them through.
To your point, Tony, in lane 4, that is Ashton Ammerman. Great turn off the wall.
Yep.
She is leading the backstroke portion of this 400-meter individual medley.
So let's measure the far end turn, not necessarily by time or how they are approaching it, but let's measure it off the distance off the wall. Let's see who has the best distance off this far end turn.
And that's been really impressive.
Right, watch this, a great turn there, 4 kicks underwater. And was it lane number 4?
Yep, that's Ammerman.
Ashton Ammerman.
Looking very comfortable, very relaxed with her backstroke.
Yeah, that's a really good call because it's one of those things where she could see the equal rotation to both sides, how her shoulders look really loose. I think the field is starting to now find their backstroke. In other words, the girls do look more relaxed on this second 50 than when they came off the butterfly leg.
Kennedy Lovell also swimming a strong backstroke there. As Ammerman approaches the wall, she goes into her breaststroke.
So again, distance off that underwater pullout. Many of the girls coming off that backstroke leg need air right away, so they're popping up and have to swim 2 or 3 more breaststroke strokes than everybody else in the field. But what we're watching on that was a back-to-breast turn. Some of them are transitions, some of them are turns. Some of them do a rollover turn. And if they do that, they have to be in great enough shape to be able to hold that underwater pull distance because they're holding their breath for a lot longer than everybody else. And how does that affect their legs?
In lane 7, Samantha Lorich had a great turn. She's swimming a strong breaststroke.
So as we see the leads start to change again. And again, it's about being balanced in the 4 strokes you have, not being great at 1 or 2. So as you see the breaststrokers start to take over the field.
Samantha Lorich there, 42.49 on her split time.
Ammerman is still holding tough in 4.
Swimming great.
Let's see who's got the closing speed with that 100 freestyle.
Samantha Lorich, very strong breaststroke, though. She's got about a body length ahead now to her nearest competitor in lane 4. That is Ashton Ammerman.
He is in, as we see, we are swimming into the lake portion of, as you can see out the windows if you're watching from home, that glare is coming from the sunset. But Lorick now touching the wall. She's going to have increase her lead through your freestyle while others are swimming breaststroke at this point.
Another great turn by Lorick. She's your leader. 43.96 was her split.
Let's see who's got closing speed. Ammerman came off the wall strong over the lane number 9.
Yep,
like
that is Katie O'Connell.
Middle of the pool in lane number 6 right now, looking strong as Greta Pelsic as well.
But again, Samantha Lorich approaching her final turn here.
So I'm sure everybody's familiar with Katie Ledecky. Well, one of the things that Katie Ledecky's coach has her do is swim in IM. And she is one of the world's best 400 IMers. And to keep her balanced, to keep her fresh for a freestyle, not always focusing on freestyle racing. So our athletes here that are swimming the 400 individual medley keeps them balanced in all of their strokes. Ammerman coming on strong, but in lane number 6.
That is Greta Pelsic also coming in strong.
Oh,
also
let's see what happens.
9,
she may run out of pool, but it's going to be tight. Oh, Lorick snuck a peek.
Yes, she did. It's going to be close. Did she give up that lead?
Who's got it? Holy cow.
Greta Pelsic in lane 6 with the closing speed, 5:10.24.
Great swim, Greta. A lot of great closing speed by the young ladies in that field. We're going down to the voice of the pool deck to introduce our championship finalists.
Here in the championship for the women's 400 IM, in lane 1 from Academy, Sydney Kelly. In lane 2 from St. Charles, Alyssa Brault. In lane 3 from Dunlap, Emma Theobald. In lane 4 from Academy, Nina Mullen. In lane 5 from Academy, Sydney Van Overmyren. In lane 6 from Academy, Cameron Stride. In lane 7 from Academy, Audrey Coffey. In lane 8 from Delta, Mariana Kraus. In lane 9 from Palatine Park, Sophia Kuhn. And in lane 10 from Academy, Carolyn Gwaltney.
Meet record 450.86 set by Adrienne Bisek from Express back in 2009.
Sydney Van Overmyren has her fastest seed time.
Let's see how many of these young ladies can break that 5-minute barrier.
Let's hope so.
Olympic trial cut's going to be right around the meet record of that 450. So in about 8 months, we're going to see, not 8 months, about 6 months, we're going to see the Olympic trial time standards coming out. What these young ladies are doing here is, you know, starting to build into that last 2 years of the quad and try to prepare themselves to achieve an Olympic trial time standard.
Emma Theobald, early leader, strong breaststroke so far.
Emma is a senior and she'll be swimming at Northwestern next year.
She had a great turn, stayed underwater a really long time there.
Over there in lane number 6, that looks like
Cameron Stride, also from Academy.
And she looks comfortable. You know,
yes, she does.
You don't see her over kicking. You really see her hips drive up. She uses the entire body to be able to recover forward. And she's going to probably have a good middle section of this 400 IM because you can see that she's not overworking on the front half of this.
Approaching that first 100 meters.
Was
Cameron Stride.
Kind of snuck in there and got that.
As they transition to the backstroke now.
You know, you mentioned about Emma's underwater work. Well, she was second at the turn according to our splits, but she came out ahead. So again, working all factions of the 400 individual medley, not just in between the flags. Swimming is a racing sport, not necessarily a swimming sport, and that's what, even in long course meters, and that's how you get really, really good.
Yeah, she's looking really comfortable on that backstroke, increasing her lead a little bit.
Emma is a backstroker, so I'm sure she is very accomplished at the 400 individual medley as well.
38.01 was that split time there.
Pretty good backstroke second, 50 legs across the board. We're going to see the breaststrokers start to come on here. So as we watch the last 25 here, let's see who kind of builds their tempo into the wall. Looks like lane number 5 doing a great job. That's Sydney Van Overmeiren starting to build her tempo into the wall on the backstroke. Outside smoke as well in lane number 10.
Emma Theobald approaches her turn.
Again, strong pull out. That's what's going to make her a great college swimmer. She really understands the importance of the push-offs, the power portion of the races and pull-outs.
Good.
Here come your breaststrokers. Hello.
And in lane 8, that is Mariana Kraus from Delta Aquatics.
Van Overmeiren is one of our record holders, so you keep an eye on her in the breaststroke leg along
and
with
also Cameron Stride in lane 6.
I'm sure those teammates have some good workouts occasionally, racing each other in practice.
Van Overmeiren having a great breaststroke.
All right, who's the fastest swimmer in the pool? It is Van Overmeiren. 41.02 on that split.
Very strong there on that turn.
Theobald still hanging tough with that underwater pull out.
Keeping
Still
her right in
hanging
the group.
in there. Not giving up the ship.
Cameron Stride right on Overmeiren's hip, though. As they approach the last 25 meters of this discipline.
So this race swum twice in a day. You know, the athletes really have to have a good race strategy and a good focus on it. You can't overswim it in the morning and come back at night. It kind of takes away from your races in the evening if you don't swim smart in the 400 individual medley.
And it has to be tough, right, with that quick turnover.
Well, your leader,
Sydney Van Overmeiren. Great split there.
She looks like she's on pace to break that 5 minutes.
She's got about a body length lead over Cameron Stride.
She was the fastest breaststroker in the field.
But let's keep an eye on lane 8, Mariana Kraus. And in lane 3, Emma Theobald still right there having a very, very strong swim. Van Overmeiren, sub 35 on that last split there, Tony. Very strong freestyle here.
All right, so she's got an opportunity to break that 5-minute barrier. 34.56. Nina Mullen with a 34.75. Good closing speed there.
And Van Overmeiren just looking strong and free and comfortable. Definitely looking to close this race out. She's got just over a body length lead now. As she swims her last 10 meters, it will be Sydney Van Overmeiren with a 4:59.52 time.
Breaks that 5-minute barrier. Great swim, young lady. In second was Cameron Street. And in third, looks like Mariana got third.
Yep, Mariana Kraus.
Great closing
34
speed.
split.
We're on to the boys, the men, sorry.
400 meter IM, Heat 1, C final. In lane 1, we have Sean Finley from Lincoln Way. From Moline, we have Austin Morris in lane 2. Thomas Matulis is in lane 3. He's from Academy. Alexander Daw is in lane 4. He's from Ultimate Swimming. From St. Charles, we have Garrett Sims in lane 5. In lane 6 is Drew Wilson from Academy Bullets. In lane 7 is Vince Giappetta from Reach Aquatics. From Academy Bullets in lane 8 is Brian Mendoza. Also from Academy Bullets in lane 9 is Zachary Ekstrom. And in lane 10 is Zachary Griffith from Ultimate Swimming.
Meet record is set by Nick Vance this morning. We're going to talk a little bit more when we see Nick. He set the meet record in prelims with a time of 4:31.29. So let's see if he can take down his own meet record tonight as he swims in the championship final. 400 individual medley for the guys. This heat of our C finalists working towards breaking the 5-minute barrier. No one's under that 5 minutes just yet, so let's see who can get that barrier and get that Speedo sectional time standard of 4:57.
Let's keep an eye on Garrett Sims. He has your fastest seat time in this heat. He is in lane 5 as they approach the blocks here.
C final.
Your men's 400-meter individual medley. And they are in the water. Great underwater work by these young men.
Nice work there. Comfortable on the way out is right below our feet over here in lane number 2.
Austin Morris, strong out of the blocks.
Key here is to keep not only relaxed stroke, but relaxed breathing. You want to go into oxygen debt too quickly. Your heart rate goes up too quickly. That really pushes takes away from the back end of the stroke, puts you into oxygen debt very, very quickly. So it is about relaxed breathing underwater. So people think, well, the head's up. Well, when the head is down, when the hands are out front, he has to exhale. Some of the athletes make mistakes sometimes of trying to exhale and inhale when their head's up, and that gives them a very short breath. So learning breath control in racing is extremely important as well.
Austin Morris in lane 2, having a great butterfly stroke to start off his 400-meter IM as he transitions into the backstroke now.
Looks pretty comfortable with his backstroke as well.
About a body length lead.
Tempo's up. Let's see what happens here with the. Looks like we got a couple really good backstrokers starting to make a move here.
In lane 7, that's Vince Chiappetta from Reach Aquatics, looking very comfortable with his backstroke.
So even here on this first 50, some of the athletes, you see a lot of bubbles, a lot of white water coming off their feet. They don't necessarily want to overkick too much on this 50, but they got to keep a steady pace in the backstroke. In short course yards, it's a different race, a little bit of a different race strategy. So here, it's the athletes finding their stroke, keeping their legs for this second 50. Let's see who approaches their second 50 strong.
Let's keep an eye also on Thomas Matulis. He's looking pretty comfortable in lane 3 as well.
When you say that, if we're watching live, but you can see it from home, it's those relaxed shoulders.
Free, loose. Doesn't look like they're exerting too much energy.
And Vince Chiappetta, as you mentioned earlier.
Strong backstroke.
Strong backstroke leg here. All right, we've watched the 3 heats of the women's competition where we saw leads change after the backstroke. Vince does a backstroke rollover turn. He uses that as it is kind of a racing weapon and a long, strong pullout.
A very strong pullout. It was Vince Chiappetta. He's made up a lot of ground on that turn.
Oh, your breaststroker in the field is lane number 3. And that's Thomas Matulis.
He also had a great turn. He's gaining quickly on the leaders here.
And he's already passed the leaders within the first 35 meters, so he was ready for his stroke. He was ready to get into a stroke right off his turn, right off his pullout. He found the water right away.
Very strong is Thomas Matulis, increasing his lead as he approaches his turn on his breaststroke.
40.29 for Thomas.
It's a great split.
Well, how many seconds faster is he than the next 3
3
seconds faster than Garrett? And Garrett's having a good split.
Sean Finley, if that's right, he had a great split as well, 41.45. But Thomas Matulis, he's got a body length lead now, more than a body length lead with his breaststroke. In lane 2, Austin Morris still swimming strong.
So when you're watching the field, it kind of gets a little bit spread out, but many of the athletes have good closing speed. So you'll see the field starting to tighten up, and we see this in every heat. The leads change and positions change. And again, another great 50 split for Thomas, 42.13.
Yep. As he goes into his freestyle now.
Thomas's time from the morning was 5:02.77. He's way under that pace. And coming off the wall strong again was your early leader, and Austin Morris.
Thomas Matulis, almost a 2 body length lead now as he approaches his final 50 meters. He is looking to close this race out pretty strongly, leaving no doubt.
See what his first 50 split, 34.24. So the goal here, let's keep an eye on this, is to beat that 50. When they come off this, he went from a hand touch to a foot touch. So that split alone, having those motions, he should be able to beat that 34-24 coming home.
Last 25 meters for Thomas Matulis.
33.0 for Drew Wilson.
That's a great
closing speed in lane 6.
In lane 2 is Austin Morris. But Thomas Matulis will finish this race out in first place. His time, 44:36.37.
Nice swim. Again, how many swimmers did we have under that 5-minute barrier? It looks like we had 3.
3.
Break 5 minutes. Great job, gentlemen. Your B final.
In lane 1, we have Cale McLaren from Academy Bullets. From Delta Aquatics in lane 2 is Cameron Harris. In lane 3, Nathaniel Gunther from New Trier. Tyler McLaren in lane 4 from Academy. Andrew Dye from Wheaton, he will be in lane 5. From Unattached, Foster Swanson in lane 6. Jack Wyke from Sterling, he is in lane 7. From Academy Bullets, Austin Millard is in lane 8. In lane 9, Benjamin Guerrero, also from Academy Bullets. And in lane 10, Preston Waldusky from Fox Valley.
Almost the entire field was under the 5-minute mark. They're shooting to break 4:50. So now we're a step up. In the B final, these athletes are looking to break that 4:50 barrier.
Let's look at, keep an eye on Foster Swanson in lane 6. He has your fastest seed time as the racers get started.
You're watching from home, again, as a reminder, this is a preliminary and finals meet, so these athletes had to qualify to be in these last 3 finals heats. This is your B final, your consolation final, and athletes can achieve any kind of time standard in any heat. Doesn't really matter. The only thing that limits them in a championship meet is the top 10 of your championship heat are the only ones able to medal in tonight's competition.
So these finals are still important.
Well, points are scored in every one of these heats. We'll touch base with you before the 800 relays on what the team scores look like. Andrew Dye, an accomplished butterflyer. I got to know him a little bit in our senior camp.
He's in lane 5.
Ton of potential there.
An early lead, but in lane 3, Nathaniel Gunther also having a strong swim so far as they approach their backstroke. Andrew Dye, 32.87 on that split.
I'd watch him in the 200 butterfly later in the meet. That's one of his better events. Now
in lane 3. Yeah, Nathaniel Gunther, he's closing.
He looks comfortable, not
Yes,
overusing his legs. Some good backstroke swim over there in lane number 7.
In lane 6 as well. Lane 7 is Jack Week. In lane 6 is Foster Swanson.
All right, Dye still hanging strong. He's kind of headed towards the lane line. He flips a little bit in the corner. So again, we talk a little bit about circle swimming. We saw that once or twice last night in the 800s. Staying in the middle of those lanes, not swimming 1 meter farther than what you have to. And sometimes when you see a backstroker start to go from side to side, it's because they're over pulling with one side of their body. They don't have a good catch on one side or not good rotation on one side. Dye still hanging strong.
So is Nathaniel Gunther in lane 3, but in lane 4, Tyler McLaren is also having a strong backstroke. As they approach the next turn.
Pretty competitive at the backstroke transition, and when I say transition, is much more than a turn. It's transitioning from a long axis stroke, good underwater pull out by Dye, and also over here in lane number 3.
Nathaniel Gunther.
Yep, he had a great pull out, and he's into his stroke right away. Transitioning from a long axis stroke, which is freestyle and backstroke, to short axis, which is the butterfly and breaststroke, and how those come into sequence in the 400 individual medley. Again, it's practicing that over and over and over again in practice. It's not always about fast swimming. Sometimes it's just about training your muscle groups.
Andrew Dye with about a shoulder length lead now.
He's just hanging.
Yes, he is.
He didn't come off the wall in breaststroke looking like he was going to lead on that 50, but his pull out puts him right back in front.
47.2 on that split by Andrew Dye.
But our top breaststroker was Nathaniel
Gunther, yep.
At 39.37. So race is going to unfold. Andrew's got some pretty good endurance, so I expect some good closing speed out of him as well. Coming out here in lane number 7. Jack White.
Yep. From Sterling.
And look at you, just nice and long and relaxed on that breaststroke is Jack. So he's going to have a little bit left on his freestyle for closing speed.
It's going to be an exciting 100 meters as they transition.
Here we go.
Into that freestyle.
Both of those two gentlemen have great opportunity to break that 450 barrier. We mentioned that at the beginning.
Andrew Dye still has a slight lead, about a half a body length now. But Nathaniel Gunther is right there. He is not giving up yet, nor should he.
Hey, watch out for lane number 4.
Yep.
It's Tyler McLaren.
And lane number 7, Jack White. See if he is able to close in. Final turn for Andrew Dye. Great split there, 33.35. But Jack Wake is closing on Andrew Dye with the last 25 meters to go. Can he make up that half body length deficit? Andrew Dye does not want to give it up in lane 5. Approaching his last 10 meters here.
Closing strong.
Yes, he is. Andrew Dye is your winner, 4:46.69. In second is Jack White. And in third is Nathaniel Gunther.
Now we're down to the voice of the pool deck and introductions of our championship final.
The men's 400 IM. Here in the championship final, in lane 1 from Wheaton, Trevor Carter. In lane 2 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Bill Boley. In lane 3 from the Glenview Titan Aquatic Club, Judd Fishman. In lane 4 from Academy, William Camps. In lane 5 from West Chicago, Nicholas Vance. In lane 6 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. In lane 7 from Academy, Jack O'Connor. In lane 8 from Dunlap Daltons, Dan Matlock. In lane 9 from Ultimate Swimming, Michael Bennington. And in lane 10 from the Academy Bullets, Ryan Seago.
Championship heat here for the men in the 400-meter individual medley as they approach the blocks. And let's keep an eye on Nicholas Vance. We saw him earlier today, and
he did set the meet record in prelims. So we're going to follow him through this race.
Absolutely.
We're not going to neglect any of the other swimmers because there's a whole lot of guys out there that can challenge. But we're going to follow him through his splits from the morning and see if he's on pace to be able to break his own record.
And I was watching that prelim earlier today, Tony, and I was blown away by what Nicholas Vance was able to do there.
And he kind of, using your term, he kind of blew away the competition.
Yeah.
But he was ready to go in the morning. It's a great trait to have when you go on to nationals and you're swimming against athletes that are of your caliber or higher than your caliber. He's at a 28.19.
Ahead of his
split from this morning at a 28.63.
Let's see if he can keep that pace. But let's also keep an eye in lane 10, outside smoke. Ryan Seago from Academy Bullets.
And William Camps, who is a strong IMer as well.
He is in lane 4, just below Nicholas Vance if you're watching at home.
We mentioned William earlier. He is a senior that's going to be going on to swim in college, is William Camps at Penn University. And is split at a 1:00:23. And he is just a
slightly
off. Slightly, and that can come from a turn. So we kind of keep an eye on him. He's a strong backstroker, set some records in the 200 backstroke already this summer, setting LSC records.
About a body length lead on that backstroke so far for Nicholas Vance.
His split on the first 50 of the backstroke leg was 33.6. He was at 1:33.7. 33.6 on that split. He is 1/10 of a second faster, so he's kind of balanced himself out. A little bit in the corner of the lane. William Camps coming on strong with lane number 3. Looks like over here in lane number 3, that's Judd Fishman from GTAC coming on strong on his second 50 of his
having
backstroke.
a great backstroke.
Justin Alderman in 6 is going to be a strong breaststroker.
Gaining quickly on William Camps there. They're neck and neck in lanes 3 and 4.
Nick was 2:06.93 at the 200 this morning.
Let's see where he is now. 2:07.
2:07.72, just off. Doing a little bit of circle swimming on that backstroke. But
still has a comfortable lead right now.
He does, and it looks like he's got a nice breaststroke stroke right off his breakout from the transition from back to breast.
Again, we've got a really good race in lanes 3 and 4. Judd Fishman from Glenview and William Camps from Academy are pretty much talking to each other at this point.
I wonder what they're saying. I'm going to take you down. All right, so Nick Vance
continuing to be strong.
There's a 39.54 on his breaststroke split this morning. He's just off of that 40. By hundredths of seconds. So any of this can be improved on any leg. You don't always swim the race the exact same way every time. So with his closing speed, he always shoots for records. He seems to be very, very competitive, tough-minded. So let's see how he closes out the race. William Camps. Coming on strong.
In second place in lane 4 is Camps. Right behind him, though, in lane 3. That's right, is Judd Fishman.
William taking on that strong second 50 of his breaststroke.
Let's keep an eye on lane 7 as well. Jack O'Connor. He's having a pretty strong breaststroke.
Right. Just off the pace, he was a 3:26.35 this morning, a 3:27.95. So he can make it up on his freestyle leg. Let's see how strong Nick Vance comes home. William Camps is coming home strong.
Yes, he is trying to close some speed
his
here.
Second 200, he is just
and he's
dialed
definitely
in.
Closing.
Man, is he turning it on.
Yes, he is.
Nick is breathing out
I don't
his
think
left
he realizes
side.
yet.
Well,
but Camps is coming on strong as we approach the final 50 meters.
Let's watch.
He'll definitely have the fastest split, I believe. Let's check it out.
Oh, yeah. 31.2.
Camps, wow.
Nick Vance sees him, though. He's a left side breather, so he saw his competition. Here comes
Nick
Camps.
Vance, William Camps, last 25 meters.
We got a race.
Vance has just about a shoulder-length lead. He can see Camps. They can see each
Oh,
other.
they're pushing each other
They
now.
are as they approach
Maybe
those
that'll
last
push it
15
back
meters.
to the record of 3.
We may see a record. We may see an upset here in this championship round final. Who will touch that wall
Who
first?
got it? Who got it?
It is William Camps. William Camps has defeated Nicholas Vance in the championship final of this 400-meter individual medley.
Wow, great swim, gentlemen.
4:31.93 is the time on Camps. Great swim.
29.59, great closing speed. Now we're on now to our second set of awards for the evening in the 100 butterfly and the 400 individual medley. So we're going to recognize a couple sponsors before we go as the awards ceremony gets ready to go.
Marriott is an official sponsor of USA Swimming. Labs is a unique, technologically driven swim training and fitness facility. Their custom low pools are equipped with underwater and above water cameras to provide swimmers with a 360-degree view.
You may not use lanes 1, 2, 3, or 4. Jammerman, you cannot use lanes 1, 2, 3, or 4. Awards in Event 7, the women's 100 butterfly. In 10th place, her final time, 104.99 from NASA, Annika Wagner. In 9th place, her final time, 104.63 from Patriot, Isabel Pelka. In 8th place, her final time, 104.60 from New Trier, Audrey Richardson. In 7th place, her final time, 104.52 from Academy, Catherine Mueller. In 6th place, her final time, 104.35 from Academy, Lindsay Merck. In 5th place, her time, 104.34 from Academy, Athena Yee. In 4th place, her final time, 104.01 from Patriot, Nicole Pinter. In 3rd place, her final time, 103.72 from Academy, Cameron Stride. In 2nd place, her final time, 102.66 from Patriot, Emma Gleason. And your long course champion in the women's 100 butterfly, her time, 102.29 from the Waves of Bloomington Normal. Please congratulate Julia Heimstead. Thank you, ladies. You are one of the championship swimmers for the men's 100 butterfly in Event 8. We need you right now in awards. Welcome out the championship finalists for awards in Event 8, the men's 100 butterfly. In 10th place, his time was 58.16 from Academy, Spencer Walker. In 9th place, his time 58.07 from the Wolfpack, Parker Nolan. In 8th place, his final time 57.96 from Academy, Nolan Fergus. In 7th place, his final time 57.80 from Wheaton, Andrew Dye. In 6th place, his time 57.48 from Academy, Ryan Sego. In fifth place his time, 57.06 from Academy, Josh Lanto. In fourth place his final time, 56.99 from the Wolfpack, Ezra Mizgala. In third place his final time, 56.46 from Academy, Horace Chow. In second place his final time, 56.44 from the Wolfpack, Bench Shabatos. And your champion in the men's long course 100 butterfly at a time of 56.32 from Fox Valley. Please congratulate Michael Schwerz. Hey, Matt. Please welcome out the championship finalists for awards in Event 9, the Women's 400 IM. In 10th place, her final time, 5:15.44 from Palatine, Sophia Kuhn. In 9th place, her final time, 5:11.56 from Academy, Carolyn Gwaltney. In 8th place, her final time, 5:10.18 from Academy, Audrey Coffey. In 7th place, her final time, 5:09.76 from Academy, Sydney Kelly. In 6th place, her final time, 5:08.25 from Academy, Nina Mullen. In 5th place, her final time, 5:08.19 from St. Charles, Alyssa Brault. In 4th place, her final time, 5:05.47 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Emma Theobald. In 3rd place, her final time, 5:05.34 from Delta, Mariana Kraus. In 2nd place, her final time, 5:02.75 from Academy, Cameron Stride. And your champion in the women's long course 400 individual medley, she went 4:59.52 from Academy Bullets. Please congratulate Sydney Van Overmyeren. Thank you, ladies. yards in event 10, the men's 400 IM. In 10th place, his time was 4:53.44 from Wheaton, Trevor Carter. In 9th place, his time 4:52.62 from Ultimate Swimming, Michael Bennington. In 8th place, his time 4:47.70 from the Dunlap Dolphins, William Boley. In 7th place, his final time 4:47.20 from Academy Bullets, Ryan Sego. In 6th place, his final time 4:45.22 from the Dunlap Dolphins, Dan Matlock. In 5th place, his final time 4:42.48 from Academy, Jack O'Connor. In 4th place, his time 4:41.66 from the Peoria Water Wizards, Justin Alderson. In 3rd place, his final time 4:40.31 from the Glenview Titans, Judd Fishman. In 2nd place, his time 4:32.04 from West Chicago, Nick Vance. And your champion in the men's long course 400 individual medley at a time of 4:31.93 from the Academy Bullets. Please congratulate William Camps. Thank you, gentlemen.
Last event of the evening, the women and men's 800 freestyle relay. And this is a time final event. Earlier heats were swum this morning. The fastest time swum in the women's events from the preliminary early heats was 8:52.37 from Fox Valley Swim Team. So those swimmers from the morning sessions can place in the top 10.
Okay.
So as we go through some of these final swims, we'll see if that 8:52 pops up into the top 10. The top 3 relays get medals, but scoring in the top 10 is something pretty important. So you're going to read off our swimmers as they go through the heat.
Yep.
Read off the team names and the leadoff swimmers as they get started so the folks at home know who's swimming what leg.
As the ladies approach the blocks here, again, this is the final event of the day, the 800-meter freestyle relay. As they approach the water in lane 1 from Patriot Aquatic is Helena Blumenau. In lane 2 from Academy Bullets is Kennedy Lovell. In lane 3 from Patriot Aquatic is Nicole Pincer. In lane 4 is Natalie Ungaretti from Academy Bullets. Sophia Vargas is in lane 5. She's from NASA Wildcat. From Academy Bullets in lane 6 is Allison Penrod. From St. Charles in lane 7 is Ann Margaret Tavierne. Mariana Kraus from Delta Aquatics is in lane 8. Margaret Guanchi from New Trier is in lane 9. And in lane 10 is Emily Regula from Academy Bullets.
So in our sheet that we have currently, it doesn't give us the opportunity to say if it's an A, B, or C relay. So when he's saying Academy, kind of watch your scoreboard shot to know if it's a C relay. We'll kind of watch that as well. We'll say Academy C.
Okay.
Because sometimes a team has multiple relays in the water. Right now at the halfway point is St. Charles A is your leader. So as we come back through the back half here, the leads will change. Your meet record is 8:31. 8-0 sent by St. Charles back in last year. Meet.
Yep.
So let's see if they bring their big guns here for a final swim. The 800 freestyle relay, 4 legs of the 200 freestyle. Relay exchanges make a big difference, as we have seen traditionally. Our relays in Illinois swimming at this meet are just outstanding. They love to race, and race strategies are different by coaches. Who do you put on the front leg of your relay? So as they reach this halfway point,
St. Charles.
St. Charles still your leader, and we'll start calling off the names of who is swimming the second leg for each one of those relays.
As Ann-Margaret Tavierne finishes, in lane 2 will be Elizabeth Long from Patriot Aquatic in lane 1, I should say. In lane 2 from Academy Bullets is Connie Zhang.
That's Academy C.
In lane 3 from Patriot is Isabel Pelka. In lane 4 will be Kiara McGowan.
That's Academy B.
Riley Lanigan will be in lane 5.
From Wild.
Jessica Geriani is in lane 6
for
Academy
A.
Linda Lakari from St. Charles is in lane 7. Michaela Jashik is in lane 8 from Delta.
And that's their B relay.
Mm-hmm. Ciola Halloran is in lane 9 for New Trier. She's their A relay. And in lane 10 is Athena Yee. This is the D relay from Academy Bullets.
Yep. So as they go through the back half here, we're still seeing, St. Charles set the record last year. They're in lane number 7.
Mm-hmm.
And they are still your early leader at this point.
That's Jessica Geriani swimming this leg of the free relay in lane 7. In lane 5, also having a strong swim, is Riley Lanigan.
8:31.80 is your meet record. The association record, 8:16.41, set in 2015 by Waves Bloomington. So that's a heck of a record right there. You're averaging 204s per 200. So who's coming up strong here in the middle of the pool?
That is lane 5, Riley Lanigan, but also in lane 6 is Jessica Geriani, definitely coming on strong there in the middle of the pool.
So turns become important. The race strategy we spoke of in the 200 free earlier applies in these 800 relays even more, because they're now swimming the 200 freestyle multiple times in a day. So they really have to be focused in, dialed in on their race strategy to save their legs for the last closing 50.
In the third part of this relay, in lane 1 will be Drew Pettery from Patriot. Kaylee Lovell will be in lane 2 from Academy
C.
Emma Gleason from Patriot Aquatic will be in lane 3.
That's their A relay.
Nina Mullen will be in lane 4 from Academy
B.
Elizabeth Freeberger will be in lane 5 from NASA. Lauren Payton will be in lane 6 from Academy.
That's their A relay.
Mary Janya from St. Charles will be in lane 7. Georgia White in lane 8 from Delta. Greta Pelzik in lane 9 from New Trier, and Gina Jenkins is in lane 10.
And that's Academy D. So we saw Georgia White do really well in the individual.
Yes, we did.
200 freestyle. So let's watch and see how Delta A relay over there in lane 8 starts moving up.
39.5 on that last split from St. Charles.
Now the race
Delta
is starting
B.
to tighten up a
Yes,
little
it
bit
is.
here. Coming
Delta
on
B,
the middle
great
of the
split.
pool. That's lane
Lane
number
8.
6. That's Academy A starting to make a move, but also right on their left shoulder is lane number 5, and that's NASA Wildcat or Wild A.
As we approach another turn here, let's see who's in that lead. St. Charles.
Still with a slight lead, but a great split by the
Academy
A swimmer. That
would be lane 6, Lauren Payton.
32.51, and now Academy A starting to move into the lead.
Lauren Payton having a strong
So this goes back
relay.
to race strategy by coaches. This goes back to relay exchanges. When the races are that tight, you've got to nail your exchanges. You got to be able to have relaxed speed on the way out. So does the coach put their fastest swimmer on the anchor leg, or do they put swimmer on the front leg to give them speed to get out in open water and not have to dive into the waves of the other swimmers diving in on relay exchanges? So let's see what kind of anchor legs are coming up as you call off our anchor legs.
Those anchors will be Alexandra Eastman from Patriot. She'll be in lane 1.
That's their B.
Sydney Van Overmyron will be in lane 2 from Academy.
Their C.
Sophia Gushina will be in lane 3. Sydney Kelly will be in lane 4. Annika Wagner will be in lane 5 from NASA. Audrey Coffey will anchor lane 6 for Academy. Elisa Brault will be in lane 7 for St. Charles. Kellen Hayes will be in lane 8 for Delta. Audrey Richardson is in lane 9 for New Trier. And in lane 10, Cameron Stride for Academy.
All right, well, Academy hit the water tough. They are a 4 or 6:30. No, they're in lane 6. They were
29.53.
29.53, 8:31.80 is the meet record. When they flip down at this end, we'll see if they've got a shot at it. St. Charles right on their feet.
That is Audrey Coffey anchoring that Academy Bullets leg. In lane 7, though, like you just alluded to, Tony, Elisa Brault having a strong leg as well. St. Charles approaching another split.
Well, Academy is your leader.
Yep.
It's going to be tough to take down that record, but they're within striking distance. They're going to have to come home at 102 on the second 100 of this 200 freestyle leg. Coming on strong over here in lane number 3.
That is
Patriot.
Patriot, Sophia Gushina, having a strong leg. But the story of this race, lane 6. And Audrey Coffey anchoring this last leg. Swimming strong, swimming free. Over a body length lead to her nearest competitor in lane 7. That is St. Charles and Elisa Brault. Audrey Coffey looks really good, Tony. Approaching his last 25 meters here.
Really holding the stroke tempo, holding good angles and levers without losing her stroke.
Elisa Brault having a nice leg, too.
8:31's the record, just off the record tonight, but a first-place finish for Academy A.
Strong swim. Academy A, 8:36.31. St. Charles A is second place at 8:39. And Wildcat A is in third place at 8:40.
And why are relays important? They score double the points. So depth comes out when you see teams that have multiple relays in the top heat. You know, that'll give you the opportunity to know that they are going to have a lot of points scored. So the 8:52.37 from Fox Valley Swim Team, you can see is going to pop up into the top 10 with their time. So they may be top 8 in this. They were 8:52, probably top 7, 6 or 7. All right, the guys are up.
As we move on, like Tony said, the guys are up now in lane 1 for Glenview Titan, Sammy Musali. In lane 2 for Patriot, Anthony Carollo from Academy Bullets. In lane 3, Benjamin Kimmel. In lane 4 from St. Charles is Sean Yetter. In lane 5 from New Trier A is Charles Scheinfeld. In lane 6 from Academy A, Austin Millard. In lane 7 from New Trier B is...
There is no swimmers.
No swim there for New Trier, okay.
So we don't have any swimmers listed on our heat sheet for Academy B, so we'll just have to go with it.
Alliance A in lane 8 is Michael Flynn. From NASA, their NASA A relay is Everett Andrew. And in lane 10 from Swift Aquatics A is Gabriel Andra.
So that meet record is 7:48.73, set in 2017 by Academy Bullets. If I remember right, it was a pretty tight race last summer. So it looks like we got a pretty tight race going this summer. And Wildcat holds the association record of 7:31.64, but going head-to-head in 5 and 6 right now is New Trier A and Academy A. And I think I saw this as a repeat of what I've seen numerous times of rivalries going head-to-head with some great senior guys on both relays, just battling it out for an 800 free relay. Nice quick turn. Yeah.
In lane 5 was Charles Scheinfeld from New Trier A.
Remember, he's the senior that's going to be going on and so at the University of Texas, so those type of racing skills like that quick turn are going to pay off in college.
Right behind him, though, is Austin Millard in lane 6, also having a strong swim.
Keep an eye on that meet record as we go through. Go ahead and start reading off our second swimmers.
Sam Salgonic will be for Glenview A in lane 1. Topher Stensby for Patriot Aquatic A is in lane 2. Caleb Carlson from Academy B is in lane 3. St. Charles A will have Richard Williams in lane 4. New Trier A will have Patrick Gridley in lane 5. Spencer Walker will be second for Academy A. Henry Clayson from Lions Aquatic A will be in lane 8. Benjamin Martinez from NASA Aquatic A will be in lane 9. And Vincent Pye from Swift Aquatics A will be in lane 10.
As you're watching the second legs of the 800 freestyle relay, you're watching some pretty controlled swims on the front half. So watch how these athletes explode on the second half of this 200 freestyle. If you're watching at home, your favorite swimmers in the water, watch how they approach the front half of the race and just explode on the back half. Coaches teach them to really be focused on that middle part of the race, taking off on the back half.
New Trier and Academy.
Academy's taken over the lead so far.
Strong swim from Spencer Walker, Academy A. But right behind him is Patrick Gridley for New Trier Aquatics A.
Spencer Walker, a senior, is going to be swimming at the University of Alabama next year.
Crimson Tide. No shortage of great athletes down there in Alabama.
Just saying. I think I'd take a few of their football players that don't start and put them in the 53 on the swim team.
See how fast they are, right?
Oh, God.
In lane 6, that is Academy Bullets. Starting to pull away a little bit as we approach the third leg. It'll be in lane 1 for Glenview A, Brendan Forrest. In lane 2 will be Maxim Ryaguzov for Patriot A. Henry Bliss will be in lane 3 for Academy B. Nicholas Borick for St. Charles A will be in lane 4. Ian Vandergraaf for New Trier A will be in lane 5. Horace Chow from Academy A will be in lane 6. David Rack from Lions A will be in lane 8. Joseph Park from NASA A will be in lane 9. And Xander Guerrero in lane 10 from Swift Aquatics A.
That's some great racing going on for third and fourth in lanes 7 and 8. That's New Trier B and Lions A. We got lanes 2 and 3 battling it out as well. That over there is Pac A and Academy B. So we got great racing going on across the board here. Races within races.
Always love that.
New Trier coming back on Academy. Academy led at the halfway point. Now New Trier coming back trying to take over the lead.
Tight race, New Trier and Academy.
This never seems to lessen up with these guys' relays battling it out at the end of the meet. Strong leg over in lane 7.
For New Trier.
New Trier B.
Yeah.
So New Trier's got more than one relay in the top 3 right now.
In lane 5, New Trier A. In lane 6, Academy A. Doesn't get any closer than that, Tony, as they approach their final turn.
Stuff, man. Oh,
too close to tell.
Strong pull-offs and push-offs and breakouts. 5:21.36, 5:21.40. 4/100ths separate them as they go on their last leg. Here's the anchor legs.
Approach those anchor legs. It'll be Tommy Doubleday for Glenview A in lane 1. Ethan Ross will be in lane 2 for Patriot A. Tyler McLaren for Academy B will be in lane 3. Calvin Wendell for St. Charles A will be in lane 4. Ryan Gridley from New Trier A will be in lane 5. William Camps will be in lane 6 from Academy A. Christopher Phillips from Lions A will be in lane 8. Luke Maurer from NASA A will be in lane 9. And Daniel Pusco from Swift Aquatics A will be in lane 10.
We got a couple good anchor legs here fighting it out for first and second, but a real strong swim over there in 7 from New Trier B. He's kind of put them solid into third place. William Camps anchoring the Academy A relay over there in 6. You saw him really come on strong and win the 400 IM with his closing speed.
Yes, we did. That's why I got excited when I saw that name. In lane 5, though, New Trier A. Ryan Gridley anchoring that leg.
The Gridley brothers are going to be swimming at Northwestern University next year.
Staying local.
Yep.
Always like to see that personally.
And here we go. We got 100 left
last
to go.
100.
Academy's leading.
Got about a body length lead now over New Trier. Let's see if New Trier can close.
7:48.73 is the meet record.
William Camps, Ryan Gritley are your leaders as they approach another turn, about half a lead, but also here in lane 9. That is NASA A. Luke Maurer having a strong swim.
We got William Camps anchoring this relay, and he looks strong. You saw his legs look strong on that 400 IM, and they look strong here at the end of his 200
Looks
free.
like he is pulling away here as he approaches his final 25 meters. It will be Academy A and New Trier A.
7:48.73 is the record. Could
Can he
they
get it?
it?
He's close. He's going to be close, Tony.
He's going to get it.
They do get it. Academy A, 7:47.48. In second is New Trier, Relay A. Let's see who will grab third place. It will be New Trier B grabbing third place.
So we're going to recognize a few sponsors again as we go into the 800 Freestyle Awards. We will have awards for the 800 Freestyle Relay. So keep an eye on those upcoming. And then we'll do our wrap-up before we head into day 3 competition here at the Senior Championships.
Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts. Speedo is an official sponsor of the Illinois Swimming and all championship meets. At Athletico Physical Therapy, we know there is freedom from pain and you can get back to doing the things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com/appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody. The All-American Swim Team store is the official supplier/sponsor of all Illinois swimming and Team Illinois. Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics. Stop by their booth to pick up your official event merchandise and see all of the different styles and prints they have to offer. Remember to ask the Oceans Apparel representative how they can help raise funds for your organization. Marriott is an official sponsor of USA Swimming. The Labs is a unique, technologically driven swim training and fitness facility. Their custom low pools are equipped with underwater and above water cameras to provide swimmers with a 360-degree view of their stroke, as well as mirrored bottoms for instant visual feedback. Thank you to the Mundelein Mustang Swim Club, Highland Park Aquatic Club for hosting the 2018 Senior Long Course Championships. Once again, Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meets. Second tier sponsors we have other sponsors include Team Unify, Bag Tags, and Hasty Awards. Once again, thank you to the Mundelein Mustang Swim Club, Highland Park Aquatic Club for hosting the 2018 Senior Long Course Championships. We would also like to take this time to thank our meet hosts and directors, Matt Hansen and Jory Blauer, with entry chair Melissa Healy. We'd also like to thank meet referee Ed Gershberg and administrative referee Brent Lightfoot.
In third place, their time was 8:40.50 for the NASA Wildcats. In second place, their time was 8:39.45 for St. Charles. And your champions in the women's long course 800 free relay, they went 8:36.31. Allison Penrod, Jessica Jerian, Lauren Payton, and Audrey Coffey. Please congratulate the Academy Bullets. Thank you, ladies. For the men, we need Fox Valley A, New Trier A, and Academy Bullets A, please, for awards. Fox Valley, New Trier, and Academy. Top three finishing teams for the men's 800 free relay. In third place, their final time was 8:01.03 for Fox Valley. In second place, their final time was 7:50.37 for New Trier. And your champions in the men's long course 800 free relay at a time of 7:47.48, a new meet record, Austin Millard, Spencer Walker, Horace Chow, William Camps. Please congratulate the Academy Bullets.
That ends our competition for our Friday night session. Going on to Saturday, lead us a lineup for tomorrow's events.
Starting with the 200-meter individual medley. That'll be followed by the 50-meter freestyle. We'll have a short awards break after that. Then the 200-meter breaststroke, the 100-meter backstroke, the 400 freestyle, and the 400 medley relay.
We will be going on the air at 8:30 in the morning.
Bright and early.
Bright and early. And Saturday night, come on a little bit early. If you're watching our broadcast at 5:15 or 5:10 to 5:15, we're going to be recognizing all of our graduating seniors here on the pool deck. Finishing up the evening, Academy Bullets leads the competition with 1,101.5 points. New Trier in second with 255. Fox Valley Swim Team moves up into third, 197, followed closely by St. Charles at 193. Rounding out the top five, again, right in the mix there for the third spot is Patriot Aquatics at 191. So we saw 3 meet records get broken this morning and 1 on our first night. That's 4 total as we go into day 3 of the competition. See you tomorrow morning on Saturday,
July 15th at this 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. I'm Jason Pfeiffer. He is Tony Young. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.